Thank you for watching. If this message brought you peace, please consider supporting the channel via the QR code or the link in the description. May God bless you.
This is my final attempt to save you from a specific danger that could even cost you your life. Yes, my child, there are so many serious dangers you are surrounded by that are beyond your control and strength, and I intervene in your matters when you can't fight them alone. This is my final attempt to save you from a specific danger that could even cost you your life. Yes, my child, there are so many serious dangers you are surrounded by that are beyond your control and strength, and I intervene in your matters when you can't fight them alone. My child, I have seen every battle that you have fought in silence. I have seen the moments when you stood still because you had no strength left to move. I have heard the cries you buried beneath your breath, the ones you thought no one could hear. I was there. I have never been absent, not for a single heartbeat. You have looked around and seen emptiness, but I was standing beside you, unseen but unshaken, holding back tides that you did not even know were rising against you. You have wondered why the world feels heavy, why confusion seems to wrap around you like a mist, why you feel the pull between light and shadow. It is because you stand at a crossing, a moment where what you choose will determine what follows. I have tried to guide you gently, through whispers, through signs, through people who spoke words that stirred your heart, but you have not always recognized my voice, because it did not sound like thunder. It sounded like stillness. You waited for the sky to split open, but my presence came in a quiet thought, a small restraint, a soft warning within your spirit. Do not think that because I am silent, I am absent. My silence is not distance, it is mercy. For if I spoke to you in the fullness of my voice, it would shake the foundations of your being. I am speaking now because time is short. The choices before you are not small, and I will not allow you to walk into destruction unaware. There are paths that glitter but lead to darkness, promises that shine but are hollow inside. You have been tempted to chase after what seems safe, what seems easy, what seems right to your own mind. But my child, not everything that feels right is truth, and not everything that feels painful is punishment. Some pain is the doorway through which I lead you to freedom. The danger that threatens you now is not only of this world. It is not a sword or a sickness or a shadow that you can touch. It is the slow drift of your heart away from me, the subtle, creeping distance that begins with distraction and ends in destruction. You have allowed voices to speak louder than mine, and their noise has dulled your hearing. You look for comfort in places that offer you nothing lasting, and each time you return emptier than before. Yet still I wait, still I call your name in the quiet hours when the world is asleep, and only your thoughts are awake. That is when I come closest, because in stillness I can reach you. My child, I am not warning you because I am angry. I am warning you because I love you more than you can comprehend. I formed you with intention. Every breath you take is measured by my mercy. Every morning that light touches your eyes is another chance for you to turn toward me. You may not see the full map of your life, but I do. I see the roads that lead to peace and the cliffs that drop into ruin. I am not your enemy. I am your shelter. The storms that rise are not sent to destroy you, but to strip away what cannot endure, so that what is eternal in you can live. You must stop running from the discomfort of truth. Truth burns away illusions, and that burning feels like loss, but it is the only way to purify the heart. Do not cling to what I am asking you to release. Some things you call love are chains. Some things you call love are chains. Some things you call light are only reflections of your own desires. I am calling you to see beyond the surface. When I ask you to let go, I am not taking from you. I am freeing you from what was never yours to keep. You are weary, I know. You have carried too much, and you have trusted people who wounded you. You have poured yourself into things that gave nothing back. You have searched for meaning in the eyes of those who could not see you. But listen to me now. Your worth does not come from the ones who fail to recognize it. It comes from the one who created you. You are not forgotten. Even when you wander, I trace your steps. Even when you fall, I stretch out my hand. Even when you hide, I see you, not to judge, but to heal. You have mistaken my patience for absence, but patience is how love breathes. I have allowed certain things to fall apart, not because I enjoy your pain, but because I know what you would have lost if they stayed. You prayed for open doors, but not every door is mine. Some lead to rooms that steal your light. I have closed them, and you called it rejection, but it was protection. You will understand one day when you look back and see what I saved you from. Until then, trust me even when you do not understand me. My child, you must remember who you are and whose you are. You were not born to drift in shadows. You were born to carry light, not the fragile light of this world, but the flame that no darkness can consume. You have allowed fear to tell you stories about your future, but fear is a liar. I have already written your future in love. There is nothing fear can show you that I cannot undo. Stand still for a moment and breathe. That breath is proof that I am still here. That purpose still flows through your being. There are battles around you that you do not see. Forces that whisper doubt, distractions that steal your attention, desires that promise quick comfort, but leave the soul empty. You are not weak because you feel them. You are human, and I am your strength. I did not design you to face everything alone. When you feel overwhelmed, it is not failure. It is the signal to return to me. I do not ask you to be perfect. I ask you to be willing. Willing to listen, to pause, to turn away from the noise, and remember that peace has a voice, and that voice is mine. Do not chase what the world calls success. The world celebrates speed, but I move in stillness. The world values power, but I work through surrender. The world exalts appearance, but I see the heart. What you lose for my sake, you never truly lose. What you give in love, I multiply. What you lay down in trust, I raise again in glory. You are not in competition with anyone. You are in conversation with eternity. Let me remind you that your life has a purpose beyond survival. You are meant to be a vessel of grace, a bridge where others can see hope again. The danger I warn you of is not only external. It grows in silence when you stop guarding your heart. Every thought you entertain shapes your spirit. Be careful with bitterness, for it poisons slowly. Be careful with envy, for it blinds you to your own blessings. Be careful with pride, for it closes the door to learning. Be careful with despair, for it tells you I am gone when I am closer than ever. Do not let these small seeds grow into trees that block the light. Pull them out with honesty and bring them to me. I do not despise your weakness. I transform it. There will come moments when you will feel the pull to return to old patterns, old places, old habits that once comforted you but now imprison you. In those moments, remember this: you have outgrown them. You cannot return to what you were and still become what you are meant to be. The past may call your name, but it no longer holds your identity. Do not answer to what I have already delivered you from. Keep walking forward, even if each step feels uncertain. Faith is not about seeing the whole road. It is about trusting the hand that leads you. You ask me, why does life hurt so much? Because pain is often the chisel that shapes you. I do not delight in your suffering, but I use it to carve depth into your soul. Without struggle, compassion cannot grow. Without loss, you would not learn the value of love. Without waiting, you would not understand grace. Every delay is divine timing in disguise. Every unanswered prayer carries a purpose you cannot yet see. I am not withholding from you. I am preparing you. Do not be deceived by the illusion of control. You cannot steer the winds, but you can choose to raise your sails in faith. You cannot predict every storm, but you can anchor yourself in my promises. I have given you my word, and it does not change with the seasons. When I said I will never leave you, I meant it. When I said I will fight for you, I already began. When I said you are mine, it became eternal truth. Hold on to these words when the world feels like a battlefield. You have asked for signs, but sometimes the sign is the silence. the waiting that stretches you. Faith grows in unseen soil. Do not rush the harvest. The seeds I plant in you take time to bloom, but they will bloom, and when they do, their fragrance will reach those around you who are still searching for light. You will become a living testimony, not because you never fell, but because you rose again by grace. My child, let go of resentment. It binds you to the past. Forgive not because others deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is releasing yourself from the chains of yesterday. When you forgive, you make room for me to heal what pain has broken. Do not seek revenge. Seek restoration. I will handle justice in my time. You focus on keeping your heart pure, for a clean heart can hear me clearly. You are walking through a season that feels uncertain, but uncertainty is where faith breathes. When you cannot see the way, remember, I am the way. When you cannot find strength, I am your strength. When you cannot see purpose, I am your purpose. You are never as lost as you think. You are only being redirected. I am aligning what is meant for you, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Trust the breaking. It is making space for the new. The danger that seeks you thrives on distraction. That is why I call you to stillness. When you quiet your mind and rest in me, clarity returns. You will see that what frightened you was only a shadow cast by fear. You will see that you are stronger than you knew, because my spirit lives within you. Nothing external can defeat you when you are anchored in truth. Stop fighting battles that are not yours. Some storms will end the moment you stop feeding them with worry. Surrender is not defeat. It is the declaration that you trust me more than your understanding. I have walked with you through darkness before, and I will do it again. You have survived things you once thought would destroy you. That was not coincidence. That was my hand. Every scar you carry is proof that grace has been at work. Do not hide your scars. They are the marks of your becoming. Through them, others will find hope. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt in a way that the world cannot undo. There is light ahead, my child, but you must choose it. I cannot force love upon you. Love must be chosen freely. I have set before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life. Choose to walk in truth even when it costs you. Choose to forgive when anger feels easier. Choose to believe when doubt screams louder. Each small act of faith moves mountains you cannot yet see. When you fall, do not stay down. I do not measure you by your failures, but by your willingness to rise. Every sunrise is a reminder that I still have plans for you. I have not forgotten your prayers. They are stored in the chambers of eternity. Some answers come quickly, others take time, but none are lost. Keep your heart open, for when the answer arrives, it may not look the way you imagined, but it will be exactly what you need. My child, do not be afraid. Fear steals your vision. Love restores it. I am not the author of confusion, but of peace. If something leads you deeper into fear, it is not from me. If it draws you closer to truth, even when it hurts, it is my hand. Learn to discern the difference. My voice will never shame you, never drive you to despair. It will convict, but it will also comfort. It will correct, but always in love. Remember that I am not only the God of the mountaintop, I am also God in the valley. I walk beside you when no one else does. You do not need to earn my presence. It is already yours. What I ask is that you remember me, in joy and in sorrow, in clarity and in confusion. I will guide you if you let me. Stop looking for signs in the sky. Look within, for that is where I dwell. My beloved, the time is near for you to awaken. You have lingered too long in hesitation. The world is shifting, and you must stand firm in truth. The voices of deception are growing louder, but so is my call. Return to the simplicity of love. Return to the purity of faith. Return to the quiet knowing that no matter how far you wander, you can always come home. I am your home. Do not delay. The longer you wait, the harder the pull of the world becomes. Come now, while your heart still feels the tug of my voice. Lay down your fears, your guilt, your pride, your plans. I can rebuild what you lost. I can restore what time has taken. I can heal what others broke. But you must let me in. Open your heart and speak to me honestly. I do not need perfect words. I need your truth. I am your creator, your defender, your unchanging love. Everything else will fade, but my words will not. Come back to me, and you will find safety no storm can touch, joy no shadow can steal, and life that no death can end. Do you know, my child, that the very breath within you is my gift? Each time you inhale, it is I who fill your lungs with the promise of another moment. Do not waste those moments in fear. Do not waste them chasing illusions that vanish at dawn. Lift your eyes from the dust, for your heart was made for more than survival. You are not a wanderer without direction. You are the reflection of my thought, the echo of my word, the flame that I kindled before the foundations of the world. When you were still unformed, I saw you. When no one yet called your name, I spoke it into eternity. I placed in you a spark that no darkness can extinguish. Yet you have forgotten it, distracted by the noise of things that glitter but do not glow. You have measured your worth by the opinions of those who do not see beyond the surface. But I see the essence, the hidden beauty beneath the dust of your wounds. Let me uncover it again. The danger I warned you of is not only around you, it seeks to dull your awareness of me. The enemy of your soul does not always attack through chaos. Sometimes he whispers comfort in places meant to wake you. Beware the ease that leads to emptiness. Beware the path that costs nothing but steals your peace. I call you to a different road, narrow and steep, but it ends in glory. Few choose it, but those who do walk with angels. You think you must understand everything before you move, but faith was never born of certainty. Faith is stepping where you cannot see because you know my hand will catch you. You are afraid of losing control, yet control is the very illusion that keeps you enslaved. Let go, my child. Let the river of my will carry you. I will not let you drown. Even when the waves rise high, I walk on them. You cry, "Where are you?" when pain presses in. I am in the pain, working unseen. You say, "Why must it hurt?" Because you do not see the healing that pain brings. The seed breaks before it sprouts. The dawn tears apart the night before the light appears. So it is with you. I am breaking what must break so that you may be made whole. Look back, and you will see it. I have rescued you more times than you know. The accident that never happened, the friendship that ended just before betrayal, the delay that saved you from destruction. You called them coincidences, but they were my hands rearranging time for your safety. I have gone ahead of you into places you fear to enter. When you arrive, I have already prepared the way. Do not think of me as far away, seated upon a distant throne, cold and untouchable. I am within every atom of your being. I am the warmth that keeps your soul alive. I am closer than your thoughts, nearer than your own pulse. Speak, and I hear before the sound leaves your lips. Think, and I already know the thought, yet still I wait for you to share it, for love delights in being invited, not demanded. There will come a day when you will stand in light so pure that all questions will dissolve. But until then, I ask you to trust what you cannot yet see. Trust that every tear waters the ground from which new life will grow. Trust that every closed door hides a mercy you will one day understand. Trust that even your mistakes can be turned into lessons of grace. Nothing is wasted when it is placed in my hands. The world teaches you to strive, to prove, to possess. But I teach you to be. To rest in the truth that you are loved, not because of what you do, but because of who I am. You cannot earn my love. It is the very fabric of your existence. Stop running as though you must catch it. You are already surrounded by it. The air you breathe, the light that touches your skin, the beating of your heart, all whisper my name. I see the fatigue that has settled in your soul. You are tired of pretending to be strong. You are weary of fighting battles that never end. Rest, my child. Rest does not mean defeat. Rest is the holy pause where I renew your strength. Lay your burdens down. You were never meant to carry them alone. Let me shoulder the weight of what overwhelms you. I am not testing you. I am teaching you to depend. You fear the future because you do not know what it holds, but I hold it. Every tomorrow already bends beneath my will. I have placed angels along your path, unseen guardians who intercept danger before it reaches you. They move at my command, and they rejoice when you trust. Walk forward even trembling, for courage is not the absence of fear. It is faith moving through fear. The danger will not touch you if you remain near me. It feeds on neglect, on forgetfulness, on pride that says, I can manage alone. Do not isolate your heart. Keep it open to my guidance, sensitive to my spirit. When I nudge you, obey quickly. When I warn you, listen. When I comfort you, believe that comfort is real. There is more light within you than you realize. I placed it there so that even in the darkest night you would still find your way. That light will guide others too. Do not hide it because the world mocks what it does not understand. You were made to shine differently. The fire in you is not for show. It is for warmth, for guidance, for life. Feed it with prayer, with compassion, with truth. Forgive those who wounded you deeply. I will deal with their actions. Your task is to keep your heart from hardening. Bitterness builds walls that block my healing. Forgiveness breaks them down. When you release them, you release yourself. Leave justice to me. I am more fair than you can imagine. My child, learn to listen beyond noise. The world shouts, but I whisper. The noise will always demand urgency. My voice brings peace. If the voice you hear breeds fear, it is not mine. If it breeds love, humility, and hope, it is. Learn the language of peace, for through it, you will recognize me in every moment. Lift your eyes. The danger will pass like a shadow at sunrise. The night cannot stay where the sun rises, and I am that light. Stay with me, and you will live in peace the world cannot give and cannot take away.